Tube, it's Louise, the big haired bookworm. Lovely to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day, wherever it is you are and whatever it is you're doing, wherever it is you are today. Hello, it's Friday. It's Friday the 23rd of November, and that must mean, yes, it's Friday Reads. It's Friday Reads. I'm sat here with Molly. It's Friday Reads. So yes, Molly is sitting with me today. Yes, Miss Molly is sat. She's got things to say, got things to itch. Yeah, good scratch. Cats, they always scratch when you don't want them to. You know, you're there doing an interesting piece to the laptop and then suddenly, oh, she's cleaning her paws now. Well, obviously, needs cleaning. So yes, here we are, Friday the 23rd. Benedict is downstairs, not very well. He's got just a heavy cold. And I really tossed up whether to send him to school today, but it's Friday and sometimes his colds go down onto his chest and then he gets wheezing. And I just thought, ooh, let's make sure that doesn't happen. Let's kind of not have trips to the hospital with wheezing because of a cold and a cough. So he's downstairs. He's actually quite jolly, although he says he's got a headache. But the way he was leaping around the lounge, I mean, he's sneezing and blowing his nose, but there was a little bit of leaping. I did say to him, boys that leap can go to school. And he was like, oh. But I think it's a good day to keep him at home because it's grey and misty and murky. And I'm here with Friday Reads. Yes, so thank you to everybody that commented last week and gave me so much good feelings about and kind of shared experiences about sciatica. Yes, gosh, who knew how prevalent it is and how just deeply unpleasant nerve pain is. Yeah, so to everybody that shared their experiences with it, thank you very much, and you sent love and I send love to you as well. It just is ghastly. I'm on tablets. It is better than it was, definitely. I'm still struggling with my leg, but it is much better. And I've just got a physio appointment this morning. I did speak to, it wasn't Joanne on the phone, the physio on the phone. I had a physio session over the phone. Very much just kind of them going, really? Do you need it? Do you really need physio? And then at the end of the call, they were like, yeah, you do need to see somebody. And I was like, yes, you could have just asked me that at the beginning of the phone conversation. So I am going to see somebody who hopefully is going to give me amazing exercises and it will miraculously get much better. But it is much better anyway. I mean, I'm not in nearly as much pain as I was, probably because of the tablets I'm on. So yes, all good. We're going in the right direction. Still ghastly in the middle of the night, isn't it? Ooh. But hey. Also, thank you very much for everybody that has watched and left nice comments on my last video, which was where I recommended some pagan and some Wiccan books. If you have watched it and you're interested, it's well worth reading the comments below because the fabulous people that watch these videos have shared some of their titles that they think are really good. And there were some great titles that were mentioned. A lot I have already read, but there was one I hadn't, and I ordered it in, actually. So this is my latest book to come in, and it is The Well-Read Witch by Carl McColman. Now, this only came yesterday, so I haven't actually read it. So, an essential guide to what's worth reading in the Wiccan world. So it looks like it is just a list of book titles and arranged in subjects. So I'm going to have a good old mooch through that. There will be some books that I've read already in here, but there'll be some interesting texts in here that I'll maybe try and get from the library. The libraries around here, I have noticed when I've gone and looked at any of these kind of subjects, they just don't carry them. So it might mean that I might have to do a bit of second-hand buying on the interwebs. Because I don't have a very good alternative bookshop in this area. There really isn't anything. I'd have to go to, next time I went to Glastonbury or something like that, I'd be able to find all of the titles, wouldn't I? But yes, for those that don't live in the UK, Glastonbury is known well, it was the Isle of Avalon, or still is the Isle of Avalon, and it is a hub for all things New Age or spiritual or Wicca or any of that pagan. And all of that area has an amazing sense of the past, and people are drawn there because of the energies. And so there are lots of businesses that have sprung up in Glastonbury and around in that area. So it's very well known for the Glastonbury Music Festival and / all the hippies. All the hippies and all the well-read witches that go there. So yes, I'm going to go and have a read of this book and dip in and out of it and see what I can find in there. So thank you, whoever it was that recommended that. Thank you very much. And then one or two other titles that I haven't read, so I shall be picking some up. What else have I been reading this week? Well, I've finished 2 audiobooks this week. I have finished that, Agatha Christie's A Pocket Full of Rye, which is a Miss Marple. It's quite late in the Miss Marple series, and it was just a pleasure to listen to. I hadn't listened to that on audiobook before, so that was a real pleasure to listen to. It was narrated by Joan Hickson, who is my favourite narrator of Miss Marple. And I have just finished Louise Penny, A Rule Against Murder, sometimes known as the Murder Book, I think. But this is number 4 of the Inspector Gamache series. This isn't set in Three Pines, although there is a Three Pines connection in it. And I really enjoyed it. There is only one thing I have against the Inspector Gamache things, is there is a tendency for them to have interviews and they get to the important question and then the subject, the suspect or the subject just evades them, and Inspector Gamache doesn't go, no, answer the question. I'm like, no, just tell them to answer the question. There is this kind of stylistic tick that goes through all the books, and I do find that a little bit irritating, but it is lovely, wonderful comfort listens, and it's narrated by Adam somebody, and I really like his voice. And I've listened to all 4 of them so far, and I shall be picking up number 5 very soon. So yes, thoroughly enjoyed that. I can take that off the phone now because I finished that. So those are my 2 audiobooks that I finished. I don't know what I'm going to listen to next. I finished physical copy. I finished Lie After Lie by Lara Bricker. So Lara Bricker is a contributor on the Crime Writers On podcast, which I really enjoy and listen to. It comes out weekly, although they're taking this week off because of Thanksgiving in America. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I hope you had a good day yesterday. I was thinking of you and sending lots of love towards you, and I hope you all had a good time in wherever it was that you were and however it was that you were celebrating, and sending your gratitudes and thanks to the world. So this is, anyway, back to the book. Lara Bricker is a contributor on that podcast, and so I picked up the 2 books that they regularly mention. So Lara Bricker's, and there's also Rebecca Lavoie and her husband Kevin Flynn. I've previously read their book last year, and so I thought I must read Lara's book. So I picked it up, and it is true crime. It's very, very standard true crime, very much middle of the road. Lara Bricker was a defence investigator, and she's now a journalist, and so she has a very, very good understanding of the legal, the processes and procedures, and she's very used to interviewing people, obviously from both her jobs, and you can tell that she's interviewed everybody and she's spoken to everybody and she's kind of ferreted out all the information, and she's very thorough. So I love her for that because it's very detailed and very thorough. However, I found it quite one pace, and everybody that she interviewed, well, maybe not everybody, but she did seem to want to tell you all the stuff, give you all the information, and I think some of it could have been winnowed out or in less detail because it was quite repetitive at times. But it was very good. It's an interesting story about Julie Keown and her husband James, who is not who he says he is, and that was the most stunning thing. All the lies, and how it was kept going was quite something. So it's a quite tragic tale in the fact that a woman dies, yes, that was, and then, you know, and she sounds like she was an amazing person, and unfortunately she was killed. But it's quite, but I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it, but I would say it's very much middle of the road. And if you're interested in true crime, you could do worse than picking this up. But if you're not interested in it, just move on. So that was that. And so that's it. So I haven't got an audiobook on the go at the moment because I only finished my Inspector Gamache this morning, and I haven't yet picked up next physical book, but I have it in here in my hot little hands, and it is a library copy. And I went to the library and I picked up Karen Slaughter's The Good Daughter because somebody recommended it. Somebody left a comment and recommended it and said, have you read this? I'm reading it at the moment and I'm really enjoying it. There were quite a few comments that people said, oh yeah, no, I've read that, and I did think it was a good one. Haven't read Karen Slaughter for a while, so I thought I'd pick them up again. Some people said it was a bit, you know, it was mixed. It wasn't all great, the responses of it, but I thought I'd give it a go. It's a bit of a chunky one, but this is a big hardback. And I thought I haven't read a thriller like this in a while, so I thought I'd give it a go and read it this weekend. So that's going to be my weekend reads, although I'm out all day Sunday, so I won't be reading on Sunday, but I'm sure I can fit in a couple of pages this afternoon and tomorrow. So yeah, there we go. That's it, my lovely people. That's it, my lovely internet friends. Those people that live inside my laptop, because that's obviously where you do live. Yes, I shall go now. This is it. That's it for Friday Reads. Hope you're having a good day, and I enjoyed this. Let's do it again. Bye.